going to show you how to use OneDrive folders to organize a place for your students to submit videos to you. So OneDrive, we all have a terabyte of space available or more if we need it. So this is going to be a great way for you to set these folders up. This is just some logistical pieces that might help make this go a little bit smoother for you. So I am here in OneDrive. I got here, if you're not sure how to get here, if I go back to my Office 365 homepage, I can click on my OneDrive app from here. You're going to want to do your file sharing from the cloud like this. So here I am in OneDrive. I'm going to make a test folder here, and I will make one folder for my entire class. I'm going to start with the number 1, so my folder is up at the top of my list, and I'll call this Test Clinical Course. Push create. So here's my new folder that I made, and I don't want to share this folder with my students. Instead, I'm going to click inside the folder and add a folder for each of my students. So I will add a new folder, and I'm going to call this one Diane, because my lovely office managers love to get notifications from me when I share things for test videos like this. One for Diane, and I'll do one for Erin. And you will make one folder for each of the students in your class. I would just name them probably by their last names first so that they are alphabetized for you in here. Now we're going to work on setting the permissions for these folders. You need to set these folders so only Diane can access Diane's folder. So if Erin clicked on the link that I'm going to post for Diane's folder, she won't see anything in there. So I need to change those settings. I'm going to point to this folder, click those 3 dots, and click Manage Access. There are other ways that you can share, but I have run into some difficulties trying to share the link. Manage Access is going to be your best way to make sure only the person who needs to see your folder sees it. So the first thing I'm going to do is give Diane direct access to the folder over here. So I will hit the plus button, and I'm going to type her name in here. If the person is not in your contact list already, if it's not popping up when you search the directory, you may just need to copy paste their ILSTU email, and that should come up. So I'm going to make sure that Diane has access and that she can edit this. You are going to want this button checked maybe that notifies them. That will send them an email. But if you don't want to email your students every time you make a change, you also can uncheck it. It will not change the fact that she has access to it. So I'm going to uncheck it so Diane's not getting notified via her email. I'll click Grant Access. All right. It's usually going to show you right here who has access. For some reason, that's not popping up for me, so I'm going to refresh my page at the top. I don't know if that'll help. Refresh. Let me click here, back to Manage Access. Okay. So good to know. It should tell me here under Direct Access who has access to the folder. If that person, after you just shared it with them, is not popping up here, then you can go back. If you kind of just click back, refresh your page, and then get back into this, they'll show up here. So now I can see that only I have access, only Diane has access. The next thing we're going to do is copy a link. Be very careful with this step because you have to change the settings here. If you just copy the link right here, it says anyone with a link in Illinois State University can view is the setting automatically. So even though you only gave Diane direct access, if you directly copy this link here, anyone with a link is going to be able to see it. You need to click on this and change it so people with existing access is applied. All right. So now the link I'm going to copy is only people who have access, which I've given access to Diane, have access, and I will copy that link. This is the link, and I'm going to confirm right here that it says only people with existing access. This is the link that I can copy wherever I'm going to post these links for students. I do not recommend that you just ask the students to go to OneDrive to upload these folders. OneDrive is quite clunky when it comes to doing this. Let me show you what I mean by that. So if my student wanted to go, let's say you tell them, go ahead, log into Office 365, go to your OneDrive folder, and find something that's shared with you. If you do that, this is what they're going to see. If they have a lot of things shared with them, look at me. I've got so many things shared with me, and I can do nothing to organize this. This is one of my frustrations with OneDrive sharing. But the good news is you can use that link that I just copied and post it somewhere for them. The easiest way that I can think of to do this is to go to ReggieNet, and you'll see here that I already have a lessons page set up here. I went to the lessons builder, I made a page, and I'm just calling it clinical video folders. You can just add text, and I've already started to do this here. Maybe I'm just going to set this. I can make it look a little bit nicer. Here's a heading. So I already have this set here. This is where I want to say, maybe list all the names of my students. Over here, I can put, and then I want a hyperlink to their folders. So here's Diane's name. I'm going to click the hyperlink and paste that link in here and push OK. All right, and when I push save, at this point, this page called clinical video folders can actually contain hyperlinks to each of my students on the list, so that when Diane clicks this link here, it's going to go ahead and open a folder where she can drop all of her files. The good news is, because I've shared it so only Diane has access, if Erin clicks on Diane's folder, she won't be able to see anything that's in there. And I'm going to follow this process for each person. So again, just to reiterate, here I am in these folders. I need to make one of these for each of the students in my class. And if you look closely, if you haven't used the shared function much, I can see on Diane's folder right here that that little person means it's shared. I'm going to just follow those steps again one last time to make sure that you understand how to do those steps. So here's Erin's folder. It's currently not shared. I only want Erin to be able to see it. So I'm going to click the three dots, Manage Access, and I'm going to add direct access for Erin. Typing her name, clicking her name, and I'm going to uncheck Notify. I don't need her getting lots of emails right now because I'm posting the links to ReggieNet for them. So I will grant her access. And again, she's not showing up here right now. I'm just going to refresh my page and go back to kick me back a level. I'm going to go back to Manage Access, and I should see Erin is here. Now I'm going to copy the link to be able to post to ReggieNet. So I'll click the Share button. And I have to change this setting here. So I'm going to change it so people with existing access is applied. And I will click Copy Link. Now that link is copied to my clipboard. I don't even need to click Copy again. It's already done. I can see only people with existing access can use the link. So now I'm set to go back to ReggieNet. I can edit my text, highlight Erin's name, put a link, and paste it in. You could do this for each student in your class, and it's a great place for you to organize right within your ReggieNet modules. You can have a lessons page, and all the hyperlinks are there. So when the students, it's time for them to share their videos with you, they just go click their folders, and that's the same place you will go to access them. Again, this works better than just using the existing ReggieNet tools. I think assignments limits the file size, so does the Dropbox tool. Other options are using Send To that we have at Illinois State, which lets them email them to you, but that's not going to keep them nicely in one spot. OneDrive just is a lot cleaner, and you can keep this for easy access.